Namaste everyone. I'm going to start with some symbols, some sound. We've got the wind blowing outside of the yurt. And there's a reason why I just did those symbols, because I'm going to talk about the summer solstice night. And it was a funny day because most of the day I didn't actually know that the date was the 21st of June, but I knew that in my body something was different, and my communications with people at work, I was teaching that day, I was teaching pattern cutting and sewing to my students in French, and everything was just really kind of clear and easy, and I was really calm and settled and steady, kind of more so than I normally am. It was just kind of even more, just kind of absolutely no crap in the way, do you know what I mean? Just kind of clarity. And I just felt really lovely all day. And then I got back home and I checked the calendar and I was like, oh my god, it's the 21st, today's the day. It's the longest day, I must celebrate it. So what I did is I persuaded Heidi to come with me on the bicycles down the hill to the river, and because it was a really stuffy, hot day. And when I got home I did more sewing as well in a really hot room upstairs. So I was like, right, come on Heidi, let's go and cool down and get out of here and have a change of scene and freshen up in the local stream. So off we went, after Heidi being extremely emotional, and she didn't know what to do. She didn't know whether to come or go, you know, to go or to stay, or, you know. Anyway, I was patient and I waited until she made her decision, and then off we cycled with the bicycles down the hill. And yeah, I had a little meditation moment on a round hay bale in the field with her. She sat and waited, and that was really nice with kind of nature all around. But I could tell that, you know, I couldn't stay long. She was kind of waiting for me, I suppose. So off we went back up the hill, and when we got back, Robin kindly took over from the parenting side of things, and off I went back to the yurt, because I just knew that I wanted to experience more of what the cosmos was making me feel that day. And so I installed myself in here in the yurt, and first what I did was I made some sound with my Tibetan singing bowl, which I would do, but actually this camera right here is sitting on the bowl, so I can't show you my lovely Tibetan singing bowl, but I'll do that another time. It makes the most amazing sound. And talking about sound, when I bought it and chose it, it was in Cambridge many years ago, and there were lots of different bowls there in the shop, and I tried them all out. This is the stick that it comes with. Some are without the suede, and some are with, and I find that with the suede it's much easier to make an even sound than with the plain wood. It can kind of not stay on the edges as easily and kind of bounce off the metal. And this is much better. So anyway, yeah, so I chose that particular bowl because for some reason that particular pitch or that tone, that vibration resonated with me in the shop that day, and it sounded like the one that was just right for me out of all the other sounds. And then on summer solstice night, also something else I want to point out is that I went to a sound workshop not far from here, and I'd never actually been to a kind of, there weren't any gongs but there were some Tibetan singing bowls, literally kind of that big. And she said that when she does one-on-one sessions with people, she gets people to stand in the bowl, and then she makes a sound around them, and it straight away kind of grounds them and brings them back down to earth. And that vibration, it's a really low sound, obviously, because it's such a big bowl. Absolutely amazing sound. And then she brought in all of the other size bowls, which made all the different pitches and different vibrations in the room. And then there was another bowl that was made out of, I think it was crystal or glass or something, and it was a kind of a frosted white. And she talked about it afterwards, that sound, I think she said it's a very round sound in the way that it makes its sound, and yet a Tibetan singing bowl is a much more uneven, irregular sound. And so the lady who was behind me in the session said she doesn't like the sound that crystal bowl makes, or the glass bowl. It just kind of gets to her in a way that isn't right for her being. She doesn't like it. It doesn't sit comfortably with her. Whereas for me, it just kind of blended in with all the others, and I really enjoyed the whole mass of sound. Yeah, it just kind of infiltrates almost into kind of every cell, and you're just kind of sitting there. Almost like that kind of feeling of awe, you know, but it's just kind of engulfing you, but at the same time, again, that kind of emptiness, and all you have is the sound and nothing else. So there's no thoughts that are coming, it's just literally vibration, sound, and that is it. So I suppose that's why it's so peaceful and so relaxing. It just takes you over, and there is no space for thought. She said it was 50 minutes long, the actual sound session, and it went by in, it felt like maybe 10-15 minutes at the most. And after a while I decided to lie down, and that was probably just over halfway. And so instead of sitting, I went to lying and carried on being totally alert. I didn't ever sleep or anything, and stayed with it. Just amazing. And afterwards, the whole rest of the evening, I felt totally kind of alert, but peaceful and aware and calm and steady and centred. And just the main lady who was running the session, she was looking at me and saying, "Joanna, are you okay?" in French. And I was like, yeah, you know. And then finally I said something, and I think I asked her a question about the sound or the bowls or something. But yeah, I was just totally, I didn't need to speak. I could have just sat there for the rest of the evening and probably the whole night, just kind of in my own space, just enjoying it all and just loving how I felt. I suppose you could say it's a feeling of bliss, really. And then on summer solstice, after having had that sound experience, I was like, right, I'm going to get my bowl out and I'm going to do some more of it and see how it sounds on my own with my one bowl, because she said that you can get the same feeling of bliss just from one sound, from one bowl. You don't need all of them. That can do it for you, you know. So I sat there with my bowl probably for about 10 minutes, maybe a bit less. I don't know, I can't remember. And it's not like I was watching the clock. But the sound was so powerful on the night of the summer solstice, and it was right there, you know, because it's in your hands right here while you're doing it. And the vibration, it's like it wasn't just coming from here, it's like the whole of the earth and like the whole of the universe and the cosmos was just vibrating the sound into me. It didn't come from a specific place, it was just kind of engulfing me. Yeah, it was just really powerful and just kind of entering me from all over, and I've never had that experience before with my bowl, even though I've been using it for maybe 15 years. Maybe I've never used it on summer solstice before, but I think it's also an indication that the state that I'm in generally at the moment, or that I'm moving towards or moving into, or, you know, with the amount of meditation and yoga that I'm doing, and the way that yoga and union is coming into my life so much more frequently, that anything that comes up, like this sound, like this vibration, like a feeling when I'm cycling my bicycle in the morning. I've got a video on that on my other channel, Joanna Nahum channel, this morning, of the sunrise and everything, and just kind of feeling this overwhelming beauty, and as well as doing this exercise and the kind of energy rising up my spine, and the breathing, you know, because I'm going up and down hills, and the air swirling around me, and all the little animals and insects and birds of prey that I see, and just everything. There's just so much life around me here, that you cannot ignore how much life there is, and also how much beauty there is surrounding me, that it's just kind of, it can't help but enter me and have an effect on my being, which is pretty amazing and pretty lovely, and one of the reasons why I moved here. Yeah, I think I'll do another video all about beauty, because it's something I wrote a whole essay about on the night of summer solstice, and I read half a book on, and that's another story, that was titled Beauty. And yeah, I'll do that now. But I'll pause this one because that's long enough for now. I hope you enjoyed my my movie all about sound, and I might well do more movies about sound, because I'm getting to know more people in the area that are doing you know, spiritual sessions that I'm going to go and be part of, and just go and experience, because I'm just realising there's so much more to union and yoga and my being than just what I do, and I want to go and try a sweat lodge, in the real sense of sweat lodge, you know, with proper, I don't know, Indians, however they do it, and all sorts of things. So yeah, I've got a lot more to come in my videos. Thank you very much. Namaste.